Alright guys, it's Chatterbox Reviews, coming to you guys with a video breaking down some of my most anticipated TV shows coming in 2023. Alright, so now that 2022 has come to an end, we're now in the first few days at least, or the first day of 2023, the new year. I thought it'd be fun to kind of look ahead, actually, and look at some of my most anticipated TV shows for 2023. So just on the channel the last couple days, I've put together my top 10 episodes of the year, and then my top 5 TV shows of the year. So both those videos should be out before this one on the channel, if you want to go check those out. Kind of part of my end of the year kind of wrap up stuff here. And then also I'll be doing my award show as well, which I'm really looking forward to put that together. One of my favorite videos to put together every year. So yeah, really look forward to that. And that should be out in the next couple of weeks. Just takes quite a bit of time to put together. But yeah, looking forward to that one as well. And definitely stay tuned if you're interested. So yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on what you're looking forward to in 2023. I'm going to split my list basically in half here. So half of this video is going to feature new shows that have not aired before, so either miniseries or new dramas or comedies that are starting, and then the other half is going to be my returning shows, the ones that I've been watching for a few years, or, in some cases just saw the first season last year or this year, and now I'm really looking forward to the next one, stuff like that. And yeah, so I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on either a new show you're looking forward to you haven't heard of, or maybe, another season of your favorite show that's coming back, all that stuff. Love to hear your guys' thoughts and discuss that with you. And also, yeah, share your thoughts on my list as well, once you hear them. So yeah, and if you enjoy this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel as well. Would really appreciate that. But without any further ado then, let's get right into the new shows that are coming back. So we'll start off with this. So I have 10 shows here to go over as part of the new ones. And I will say, going into this video, I thought there would actually be some more TV shows that we knew were coming or that were featured, and that was the case with this year. I feel like more so than this next year, because we knew House of the Dragon was going to come out in 2022. We knew Rings of Power, so we had some of these big shows that had set the date for 2022 almost like multiple years ahead of time, right? But this year, we actually don't have as many shows like that. So a lot of these new shows are actually just shows that we know are coming in the next few months, rather than, later in the year at some point. So we actually have dates for some of these shows, and the first one, we have a sure date, and it's coming in just a couple weeks, and that is The Last of Us on HBO. So this one for sure, I have not played the video games. I really don't know much about the actual story. Of course, just like everybody else, I'm drawn by Pedro Pascal, and the young actress from Game of Thrones as well. Really cool to see her get another kind of prestige show like this and have a big role. So yeah, looking forward to this one. I think I will be doing at least a review of the first episode on the channel. Following that, I'm not sure how much I can contribute to the conversation, just because I'm not familiar with the video game and all that, but maybe I'll kind of approach it from an aspect of not having any knowledge and just viewing it as, okay, it's a new TV show on HBO. What do I think of it in that way, right? Or from that lens. So yeah, looking forward to this one nonetheless. Definitely going to check out the first episode, and then we'll kind of go from there and see if I'm interested in it from there. All right, so the next one then is Straight Man on AMC. So this one is Bob Odenkirk's new AMC show, and I have to give AMC credit here, especially for this next one on the list as well. They did such a good job of now pivoting from Better Call Saul being done, and they're going to have now 2 shows this year with two of the main actors from Better Call Saul, and that's just really impressive to me that they had the foresight to say, okay, Better Call Saul's ending. Basically, the Breaking Bad Saul universe is done now on AMC. So let's get the actors that all these fans are attached to, and let's get projects with them out right away. Anyway, so I got to give a lot of credit to AMC there. I think that was really good thinking. But Straight Man sounds like it's going to be a bit of a drama comedy, so I'm not sure exactly which way they're going to lean into, or what really the main category for the show is going to be. But Bob Odenkirk's attached. It's on AMC. The source material apparently is very good, I've heard. So, yeah, looking forward to this one. We'll have to see. And it sounds like this one will be in the first half of the year. So, next few months. Probably like March or April, I would think. So, really looking forward to this one with Straight Man. So, the next one then is Parish on AMC. And this one is starring Giancarlo Esposito. And this is based off, I believe it's called The Driver, the BBC series that aired like quite a few years ago in 2014, I believe. And this one I'm looking forward to as well. I, again, don't really know much about that story. I know he's a driver for a criminal mastermind or some kind of cartel leader or something like that, I think. I don't know. But I think this is a really interesting role to see Giancarlo Esposito, especially in a leading role like this. I'm not sure that we've seen that from him in any TV show yet. I know he's been in The Boys, The Mandalorian, of course Breaking Bad and Saul, but he was never the leading guy. And in this show, I think undoubtedly he's first on the call sheet. He's the leading man. So really looking forward to see what he can bring to this one. Sounds like this one will be later in the year. But yeah, still really looking forward to it for sure. All right. So the next one then is one that I am just so excited for. Probably the most excited on this list in terms of the new shows at least. And that is Justified, City Primeville. And this one will be on FX, of course. So this, it's going to be a miniseries. It's going to be 8 episodes. And of course, it's the follow-up to Justified, the TV show, which I just recently went back and watched. I believe it was last summer or something like that. And I have to say, it's probably in my top 5 best TV shows of all time, or favorite. This show just blew me away. I heard so many good things about it, and wow, I mean, it just is such an experience. And the way that they adapt Elmore Leonard's work, I just think it's brilliant the way they do it. And the greatest thing about this miniseries is you see a lot now where they kind of do these reboots and they bring, people back, and it's just like, oh, just the star is back, or maybe just the creator's back, but it's a whole new team of writers, and it just doesn't have quite that same feel. But this one, I am glad to say that the whole team is back from Justified, or at least the later seasons. All of the writers are back. VJ Boyd, Chris Provenzano, I believe is his name, Taylor Elmore, Dave Andron. Some of these names, like, these are the guys who wrote some of the best episodes of Justified. And Michael Dinner, too, one of the main directors. So the whole team is back, except for maybe, I think, Graham Yost, the creator, but I think he's still involved in a producer role. So, and of course, Timothy Olyphant's back as Raylan Givens. So I can't go without saying that. So yeah, really hyped for this. I really hope it lives up to my expectations. It might be hard to live up to that, to be honest, at this point. But yeah, I am just really, really looking forward to this series. And hopefully, if it's successful, if it's really good, it's 8 episodes. Hopefully, they'll do more of this stuff, because this is actually adapting another one of Elmore Leonard's works. So I'm hoping that in the future that they could maybe just, not necessarily every year, but every couple of years, if Oliphant's down and this team of writers is down, let's just do, an 8 episode, not much of a commitment. Let's do an 8 episode miniseries of another Elmore Leonard work, and just kind of place Raylan Givens in some new situations. I'd be totally down for that. So anyways, really looking forward to this. It sounds like this is coming out in March or April, I think. So really stoked for that one. All right, so the next 3 then are all kind of co-joined. They're all kind of the same thing, but 3 different shows. Is Dead City, The Walking Dead spinoff, Daryl Dixon spinoff, and the Rick and Michonne spinoff. So these are all on AMC. So these are the 3 Walking Dead spinoffs that have now been promised now that the show, the original series, ended with season 11, episode 24. And I did talk about that in my top 10 episodes, if you want to hear my thoughts on the series finale and just kind of this whole time in the Walking Dead series at its end now. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic for a couple of these spin-offs, mainly Dead City and Daryl Dixon. But the Rick and Michonne one I'm really looking forward to, and I have a lot of faith in. Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrero are directly involved. They both have producing credits, and it sounds like they've actually been involved in the writing of the story and really fleshing things out for these characters that they've played for, I think, like, what, 9 and 10 years respectively, or probably about 9 each. So yeah, really looking forward to that one. These other two, Dead City with Maggie and Negan, Lauren Cohan and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, should be interesting. We have already some pictures for that one, so that one is coming the soonest. I believe that's April. And then Daryl Dixon, that one I'm a little lukewarm on. I'm not sure what to expect from that one, but Norman Reedus is coming back, so, and it's going to be in France. We'll see. We'll see what that's like. But yeah, so anyways, cautiously optimistic for a couple of them. Definitely at least going to check out the first episode of all of them. Being such a dedicated Walking Dead fan, I feel like I have to. I'm almost committed to it at this point. But yeah, so we'll have to see what those 3 bring for sure. All right, so next is a mini series on HBO. This one's called White House Plumbers, and this is Justin Theroux, Woody Harrelson, Lena Headey, I believe, is in it. So just a great cast, it looks like, for this one. Also, I believe it's the girl, Kiernan Shipka, right? She was the young girl in Mad Men, of course, too, but she's had that Sabrina show, I believe, recently. Anyways, so yeah, just a great stacked cast for this one. I believe it's the creator of Veep who's directing all episodes. So it's definitely going to be a comedic turn, I think. We're going to see a little bit of that in here. The trailer also makes it look a little bit of a comedy. It's about the 2 guys who were responsible for Watergate, basically, and they were working for Nixon and end up sabotaging his presidency. So we'll have to see how it is. The trailer doesn't blow me away. Like I said, you can see the comedy in there, so I'm wondering, the only worry I have is the tone here, because I'm not sure if they're going to go full-on comedy. They're going to try to stick to the drama. I'm just not sure what to expect, but definitely I'll be there day one watching that first episode just because of this cast. Love Woody Harrelson and almost everything he's been in. So yeah, gotta check that one out for sure. All right, so the next one is maybe my second most anticipated from this list of new ones, and that is Masters of the Air. This one's going to be on Apple TV Plus. So this one has actually had a bit of a weird development, or kind of weird trajectory here, because it's a follow-up to Band of Brothers and the Pacific, right? So it's another miniseries on World War II. It's from the same guys who did those two. John Orloff and Graham Yost, I believe, are the co-creators for this particular series, or this season, if you will. But this one was supposed to be on HBO, and it was supposed to premiere, I believe, in 2019 or early 2020. So it's been a little bit of a weird journey, and then it was definitely supposed to premiere this year in 2022. So we'll have to see kind of what all happened there. I believe it's just the filming got backed up. I don't think there's been any necessary issues with the actual production itself, which is a good thing. But yeah, so we'll have to see if this actually does come out this year. To me, it's kind of feeling a bit like an Avatar thing with which that finally did come out. So yeah, that's a good sign. But yeah, just from my knowledge and what I've been watching as it's kind of developed, it just seems weird that it's been this long. But hopefully in 2023 at some point, we will see this one. And yeah, obviously Band of Brothers is one of my favorite shows of all time. I think it's just one of the best made shows, objectively speaking, that has ever been put to the screen, in the small screen, I guess, in TV. So Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks producing this one again. It should be good, and I'm really, really looking forward to the series, and really hope it lives up to Band of Brothers, the Pacific. I think Pacific's a bit of a step down from Band of Brothers, of course, but hopefully this one is closer to Band of Brothers in that way. All right, so number 10, then, the last one for these new shows that I'm looking forward to is going to be Poker Face on Peacock. So again, this one I think is coming in January. We have a date already, so that's good, right? Something to look forward to for sure. And this one is from Ryan Johnson. So it sounds like he's basically taking his Knives Out movies, which Glass Onion just came out this year as well, really, or quite a successful movie so far on Netflix. it sounds like he's taking that kind of style of Knives Out and bringing it to TV and basically doing, a whodunit kind of mystery a week or case a week type of show here on Peacock. They're 10 episodes, but it sounds like Natasha Lyonne, who was part of Russian Doll a couple years ago, that won a lot of awards and she got a lot of praise for that. Sounds like she's actually involved in the directing and writing in this one too. So interesting, right? I mean, it piques my interest. I'm not, a huge fan of Knives Out, and I haven't seen Glass Onion, but I'm curious to see what this is going to be like. It might be kind of an anthology show even, right? With just some of the same characters, but a different story every week. And that's something that really intrigues me. I really do like those anthologies that kind of put a different spin on things and make a unique kind of story each week to tune into. So yeah, I think this one would be a fun one to review as well. And, diving into the mysteries and having that discussion with other people. So hopefully I'll be covering at least the first episode here on the channel. Rian Johnson is directing and writing the first episode. So if nothing else, hopefully that one will be good. And kind of, live up to the level that he's set now with Knives Out. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. Hopefully we get some good stuff from Rian Johnson in there again. And that one's on Peacock. I believe it's January 26th, I want to say, the 25th. Something like that. So it's very, very soon here at the end of January. So yeah, so that'll just about do it then. Those are my 10 that I'm looking forward to the most that are new releases. Now let's get to some of my returning shows. Alright, so in terms of the returning shows, my most anticipated has got to be Succession Season 4 on HBO. Of course, Season 2 of Succession to me is one of the best seasons of television that I've ever seen. Succession up there now and some of my favorite shows of all time for sure. Season 3 I felt like was really, really good. It was my, top TV show of 2021, the year it came out, of course. But I did feel like it was a bit of a step down from Season 2, mainly just in the way that it didn't feel as polished, as fleshed out fully as Season 2, which was one of the best character arcs I've ever seen. But in Season 3, it didn't feel like they were, had as clear of a kind of goal for any single character really, and especially not Kendall, whereas he was kind of the focus in Season 2. So I'm really looking forward to Season 4 though. I think they've had quite a bit of time now, Jesse Armstrong and the writers, to kind of fully develop something here, and it sounds like Season 5 is going to be the last season, so it also feels like we're gonna slowly be kind of getting to the end point of this story. So I'm really hoping that they kind of are able to, probably not reach the level of Season 2, because that's a pretty hard thing to do, of course, for any show, right? But at least kind of get back to that level and hopefully get, better arc for Kendall this season and maybe see some more characters really, develop them and go on some more arcs themselves. Really like Tom, of course, in Season 3, and I'm really curious to see what they do with him here in this season, and his whole relationship with Shiv. So yeah, can't say enough about Succession, of course, and of course Season 4 is my most anticipated show, and it sounds like this is gonna be coming real soon. Well, relatively, right? So Last of Us, I believe, is 10 episodes, right? I believe it's 10 episode first season on HBO, and that'll be getting the Sunday primetime slot. Now, it sounds like, or at least it feels like to me, just seeing how HBO does things usually, they always want a show at that 9 p.m. Sunday primetime slot, as much as they can, right? Obviously, they don't always have something there, but almost always they have that show there. So it feels like to me they're going to have Last of Us run from January till probably the end of March, around there, and then it's going to be either the week right after the finale of Last of Us or probably a week or two after that, and Succession episode 1 should be starting. So that's just my thought of it and my kind of my idea of looking ahead and seeing what it's going to be. There's no confirmation on that, but I think that's what it is. So hopefully, start of April, I would think, or very end of March will be when Succession Season 4 drops on HBO there with episode 1. Next, then, would be Yellow Jackets Season 2 on Showtime. This one was a real surprise in 2021 at the very end of it, too. I think it was like, end of November it released, and all, came into. Or went into about January there, into actually 2022. So yeah, really looking forward to season 2 here after that season 1, especially the way it ended. It sounds like this is, at least from what the creators have said, it sounds like this is like a 5-year plan that they have put forward to Showtime. Sounds like Showtime is all in, especially after that first season of how much buzz it generated, and it was really like, every week people were talking about it. There was thousands of comments on the discussion forums, on the subreddit, and all over social media. So, Showtime's got to be real happy with how this turned out. And I'm sure greenlighting the pilot and all that was like, kind of a little weird. Ashley Lyon and Bart Nickerson, I believe. Bert Nickerson, the creators of it, are not really, well-known names. They hadn't done too much before this show. So, I think they're pretty happy that it paid off for sure. A little bit of a gamble there. Really enjoyed season 1. So look forward to see what they do in season 2. I didn't really like how it ended, and I'm hoping that I'm kind of right, and that the little twist that they kind of do, they might kind of explain that a little bit better here at the beginning of season 2. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. And this one is coming in March, so it's only 3 months away, or less than that actually now, 2.5. So really looking forward to Yellow Jackets season 2. Man, the mystery is just getting started, and if it really is a 5-year plan and Showtime ends up giving them 5 seasons, I'm just hoping that they maintain the level that they were at in season 1 for all those 5 seasons, which I kind of doubt. That's really hard to do. But if season 2 comes in at that level, or maybe even exceeds it, I'll be ready to, I'll be confident that they can really do this for 5 seasons, because that's the biggest thing, is that sophomore season. A lot of times when you have a big thing like season 1 was, it's really hard to recreate that or meet that kind of level that you set for yourself in a second season. So anyways, with all that being said, looking forward to Yellow Jackets for sure. All right, so next then is Perry Mason, season 2 on HBO. This one is really interesting because we had season 1 come out in 2020. And then we got news that there are, new creators coming in now, and like a whole new writing team now. I believe a whole new directing team as well. So all the creatives, except for the cast, obviously Matthew Rhys is coming back. As Perry Mason, as our titular character. But other than him, I believe all of the creatives with this show are gone, and now there's new ones in here. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think season 1 really did, and I did make a review for season 1 as well on the channel, if you're all interested. But I think the writing really suffered at points, though the directing and just the overall tone of this show was really impressive. I mean, really impressive. And I still don't understand how it didn't get any Emmy consideration for directing, any kind of technical stuff like costume, cinematography, and all that. It was like generally just ignored, which is really weird to me, because yes, I understand that the writing was not the best, and the way the season finished off wasn't all that great. But the technical aspects of the show were just really impressive. And Tim Van Patten as well directed a couple episodes. And those episodes, like at least just visually speaking, were some of the best I had seen on TV in a few years. So anyways, we'll have to see. I'm kind of cautiously optimistic here. I'm hoping that the writing does improve with these creators. And I believe they're the guys, I think they're the guys that did The Nick as well, that show with Steven Soderbergh. So I don't know, man. We'll have to see how this one plays out. Like I said, cautiously optimistic. It might be bad, might be good, but I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. And this one is coming out very soon. I think this is early March or late February. So a couple months for this one to come out. All right, so then next is Barry, season 4 on HBO. Of course, Barry season 3, if you watch my top 5 TV shows, it is on that list for sure. Just another great season of Barry. Not quite as good as the first two, for sure, but I thought it was still a really great one nonetheless. And season 4, it sounds like is going to be coming out this year. I had my doubts, but it sounds like the production is wrapped, I believe, or they're at the very end of it now. So this should be coming in the first half of the year, according to that, if that's all correct. But what I did actually hear originally was that they were shooting, so they wrote the scripts for sure for season 3 and 4 at the same time. So Bill Hader, and I guess a couple other writers in there, but Bill Hader, Alec Berg, right, the main guys behind it, wrote all the scripts for 3 and 4 together, and then they were also going to film 3 and 4 together, to the point where it'd be kind of similar to something like Atlanta last year, or I guess in 2022, where they had actually 2 seasons air within the same calendar year because they shot them together. And I thought this was going to happen with Barry because of the 3-year wait in between season 2 and 3. But it turns out they didn't do that. Like, they were just going into production for season 4 now, or a few months ago. So anyways, with all that being said, it sounds like this is coming out this year. So really looking forward to it, and it sounds like this might be the last season. So we'll have to see how they tie things up. Of course, season 3 ended up in quite a cliffhanger. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of comedy, a lot of just great laughs to come out of this season, and especially the way the cliffhanger ended, I have a really strong feeling that there's going to be some absurd, hilarious explanation at the beginning of season 4 to kind of, set things up then for how it's going to end. But we'll see, and I don't think it's been like officially confirmed that's the last season, so who knows, we might get another season. We'll have to see how much Bill Hader and Alec Berg want to do going forward for this one, but really hyped. All right, so next one is Heels, season 2, and this is going to be on Starz. This one I'm very worried about, to be honest, because this one I was following actually really closely. So season 1 was one of my top TV shows of 2021, and the way this was all going, they began production, I believe, in the summer of this past year, or maybe early, it was like maybe April or something like that, early summer there, or late spring, whatever you want to call it. But so it sounded like this was definitely going to be done in the second half of 2022. And then Stephen Amell, posted on social media that production had wrapped, the season's getting ready, we're going to have it out to you soon. And then months started passing, and it got to the point where it was in November time, and I'm like, well, we got to have a trailer at some point, or a teaser for this. Like, it's coming out this year, right? And it sounds like Stephen Amell has, provided more details in that. We actually did have a confirmed release date as well that came out on a bunch of sources. And then about a day or two later, they confirmed, never mind. We don't, this is not the release date. The show will not be coming out at this time. And that was around late November. So I don't know. I'm really just hoping that everything is okay and we will get to see this season, because I was even shocked that this got a renewal for season 2. The ratings, like live viewership and all that for this first season, to me, that's the lowest ratings I've ever seen for a show that got renewed. And I know it's Starz, and they do have some really good consumption on the app, I believe, or whatever their kind of website is that you can go on. So I'm sure a lot of good numbers on there to push the renewal, but anyways, I'm very worried, but I have full confidence though in the writers and the directors and the cast here that they'll deliver a good season. I'm just hoping Starz release it at some point. So anyways, we still don't have a date as of now for when it's coming out, but hopefully in the early part of 2023 for that one. All right, so Resident Alien Season 3 then is my next one. I'm not sure when this one's going to be coming out. I would think late 2023, or at least in the second half of the year. But, of course, really look forward to this one. Season 2, again, I felt like not everything landed. They really expanded the story, and to be honest, a little bit too much, in my opinion. But we'll have to see how Season 3 goes. They've gotten less episodes now, again, from Sci-Fi. because we had a 16 episode season for season 2. So yeah, hoping season 3 a few less episodes. Hopefully they'll kind of streamline things a little bit more. But yeah, one of the most funny shows on TV right now. Alan Tudyk is an amazing performance in this show here, and definitely in season 2 as well. So looking forward to it nonetheless. All right, so then What We Do in the Shadows season 5 on FX, of course. Hard to believe that we're already in season 5 of Shadows. They've been really good. Even through what was going on in putting out seasons every single year. And it sounds like this one is actually going to be pretty early. They've already wrapped production, I believe, and the post-production's not too long for this show. It's from what I've heard, fairly easy show to make. So it sounds like this will be in the first half of the year too. Really looking forward to it. And they were already renewed for season 5 and 6 together by FX. So they should be able to get to work on season 6 and get that out pretty quick too. So yeah, really look forward to season 5. Love this show. One of my top shows the last 4 years in a row that it's been on. So really looking forward to season 5. Reservation Dogs season 3. And this is on FX on Hulu or whatever they have there. But yeah, looking forward to this one, of course. Season 2, I thought was pretty good. The thing I think with season 1 and 2 is they have some really great moments and some amazing episodes of just like some of the best comedy on TV. But then other episodes are just kind of okay or good. So to me, I'm just really hoping that they find kind of they unlock that potential that I believe they have to really make this one of the best comedies on TV. And it's unfortunate that season 2 really didn't get a lot of attention in terms of Golden Globes and Critics' Choice. I think they almost got nothing. Whereas season 1 got a lot of buzz and a lot of awards. So unfortunate to see that, but hopefully season 3 we get kind of back on track, if you will, and hopefully it gets some more buzz and attention, because I don't think it's a really high rating show. But I think the critical acclaim is there. Really great fan base for it. So yeah, looking forward to that one. And then Dark Wind season 2. It was one of my favorite shows of this past year in 2022. Sounds like their production is wrapped or is almost done. So hopefully we'll get that in probably the second half of this year. And look forward to season 2, what they have in store there on AMC for that one. And then Hacks season 3, of course, on HBO Max. This one should be coming around May or June of this year. And I'm just so curious to see how they're going to come back from the way that they ended season 2 in the finale, because to me that really felt like a series finale in a lot of ways, especially for the characters of Ava and Deborah. So we'll have to see what they have in store for season 3. I have full confidence in them, but yeah, I'm just very curious to see what they do with that. And then lastly, for my returning shows, is The Righteous Gemstones season 3 on HBO. So this one, I was kind of surprised when I looked into it and found that they actually had already started production, I believe back in September, for this new season. And that just blew me away because it was almost 3 years between season 1 and 2. And that didn't even fully have, that wasn't fully to blame for what was going on either in 2020 and 2021. Because they hadn't even, I don't think at least started writing the scripts for season 2, even, at the end of season 1 and in that time frame. So, because, Danny McBride and David Gordon Green and Jody Hill, of course, their production company, was, a lot of their effort and attention was put on those Halloween movies. Now those are done. So I think they're really diving into things. And hopefully, yeah, we'll see Righteous Gemstones this year for season 3, which will be kind of nice to get kind of a quick return now for the show to see another season this quick. So, yeah, really looking forward to that one, of course. Again, one of my favorite shows of 2022. So, of course, looking forward to the next season as well. All right, so that'll just about do it then for my most anticipated shows for 2023. Again, like I said off the top, love to hear your guys' thoughts on what you're looking forward to. Now that you've heard my list, are you looking forward to any of these ones? Did I miss some? I'm sure I missed a lot of them, of course. But anyways, let me know what you guys are looking forward to. Love to discuss that with you guys as well. And yeah, so just really looking forward to 2023. And I know I said this about 2022. I said it should be an amazing year. for TV, and it was. I thought it was a really great year. Definitely better than 2021 for sure. I just had a much deeper field, I would say, of TV shows that I really enjoyed this year. While compared to 2021. So we're getting back on track. Hopefully we get some really great ones again. It's looking like we will. So yeah, really hoping everything comes true and everything lives up to its potential. That would be great. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this one then, and then we'll see you in my next video.
On this lonely road, trying to make it home, doing it by my lonesome, pissed off, who wants some? I'm fighting for my soul. God, get at your boy. You try to go, God, fall.